next weekend on GJRB's public site on Spreaker. Reflecting on the past memories of past shows. The best of the Gary Russen program on GJRB. Winding down the Gary Russen program here on GJRB Online. Closing up our show here in just pretty short moments here, about, 38 minutes left of the Gary Russen program today. And a few of the other stuff going on, so I hope you're enjoying the program. Area code 563-613-4260. Last chance to jump in there and join me on the program. And you know what? If you don't get a chance to put your input in here, if you don't, get a chance to, get on the show, or you didn't tune in today, or you haven't, you can, if you're listening to this as a podcast, you can send me messages on my GJRB TV YouTube channel, or you can go on my public site on Spreaker and leave me a message in the chat room, and I will get back to you. Okay. I will get back to you. Promise you. Okay? At 25 minutes to the hour, about 5:35, I will give you some temperatures. Okay, we'll get some of those in. Okay? And we'll do that. So stay with me for that. We'll delve into some temperatures and see what your temperatures are on our next Weather on the Fives. Okay? So stay there. We'll be doing that here in a few minutes. Meanwhile, I'm going to do, when I'm time to visit my sites that I really wanted to, so we'll just kind of delve into whatever we can here and just write it out here as we wrap up our Gary Russen program for today here on GJRB Online. The full event, if you wanted to see it or did not catch it, the whole event of the Cubs parade and all that is available on the YouTube, on YouTube. Okay, it's available on YouTube, and I'll try to see if we can even transfer some to our GJRB TV YouTube channel, so you have a chance to catch it all the way through. Okay. Okay, and I'm going to just remind you of that. Okay, and meanwhile, back in the jungle, let's get back into more of that. The Gary Russen program on GJRB Online on Spreaker across America and around the world. What you're hearing in the background is the theme to The Land of the Giants. That's another great show. It's on late at night on Saturdays on MeTV. It's a great show. It's one of the shows that was produced by Irwin Allen, okay, who created Lost in Space, and also created Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. Well, one of the stars of that program, a guy by the name of Don Marshall. He was also in Star Trek. Don Marshall died. Don Marshall starred on the series and lead roles as Dan Erickson. Marshall was a star of did a lot of shows. He was one of the innovators at the time when there was not too many blacks on TV. At a time when you didn't see too many on television, black, and he was innovative in that. Okay, he was on Mission Impossible and he, along with Nicole Nichols, who played Aurora on Star Trek. He played on Star Trek as well. He had a part on it. He portrayed Marine. He portrayed a Marine engaged to be married to Nicole Nichols in an episode Set It to Right. An episode in which confronted the topic of racism. This was on TV back in those days. Marshall's a San Diego native, and he had another chance to appear with Nichols a few years later on a Star Trek episode, appearing in an episode called Galileo 7 as Lieutenant Obama. Well, that's close to Obama, isn't it? He was also a guest on The Bionic Woman, Buck Rogers in the 25th Century, and The Incredible Hulk. He died at the age of 80 on October 30th at Cedars-Sinai Hospital, according to StarTrek.com. He played on Land of the Giants, he played on Star Trek, and he played on Buck Rogers. I think I remember him on Buck Rogers. I can't remember what part he played. Bionic Woman. He played on a lot of great shows. Incredible Hulk. October 30th, he passed away at the age of 80. Don Marshall. And sorry to hear he died. He was fabulous. That was a great time, though. And television wasn't, you had good television back in those days. And sorry to hear he's gone. Don Marshall. He died here. What a shame. Anyway, that's our celeb obits on the Gary Russen program here on GJRB. And if you'd like to be part of the program and join, oh yeah, by the way, you know that the Statue of Liberty is celebrating a birthday as well? A big thing going on that? Yeah. The Statue of Liberty was given to us by the French. Let's see here. And October 28th, 1886, as a matter of fact, 130 years ago on that date, the Statue of Liberty was created.
According to legend, in 1871, French sculptor Frédéric Auguste Bartholdi had the idea for the Statue of Liberty on a trip to New York. The idea had actually been brewing since the end of the Civil War, when writer Edouard de Laboulaye thought France should give the U.S. a liberty-themed present. He and Bartholdi raised money for the statue, officially called Liberty Enlightening the World. They hoped to present it at the Centennial Exposition in Philadelphia in 1876. But only part of it was completed. Finished in 1884, the statue was displayed in Paris while Americans raised money for a pedestal. With the funds secured, the Statue of Liberty was brought to New York. It was officially dedicated on October 28, 1886, by President Grover Cleveland. When Ellis Island opened soon after, Lady Liberty became a symbol of immigration to millions around the world. During World Wars I and II, she would also represent both the hope for peace and the drive for victory. Eventually, the statue began to suffer from neglect and decay. In the 1960s, she was damaged by acid rain. A restoration was undertaken for her centennial in 1986, which was celebrated with the largest display of fireworks in American history at the time. When the renovated statue opened to the public, the first people inside were First Lady Nancy Reagan and 100 French and American children. Public access was cut off following the 9/11 attacks, and again following Hurricane Sandy in 2012, but it reopened in 2013. Today, approximately 4 million people visit her each year.
Yeah, fabulous. Statue of Liberty, 130 years old, folks. And now you have to wonder about that, because there you go again. That just stands on that liberty, doesn't it? Really. So, Lady Liberty. Wow. Oh, let's see now. We're going to do some, let's do some temperatures across the country right now. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into weather on the fives here in a couple of minutes. Here on the Gary Russell programs, we wrap up our last freestyle Friday afternoon edition of the Gary Russen program here on GJRB Online. We'll give you our program schedule, and I'll do a quick rundown of that again. Let's see if there's anybody out there live that will want to talk to us while we're on the air. Yeah, we can read your responses, and I type it while I'm on the air. So if there's anybody out there who wants to do it that way on YouTube, some of my followers. And I'll post this show, and I'm going to be doing a lot more with this. Now, when we change the program's format, which just a little bit, I'm going to, since I've done that anyhow, with the new format regarding the what is it? I can't remember anything. A new format regarding the program change, the program time change, the program schedule. I just thought what I would do at this time is to I'm going to wrap it up here on the studio Spreaker. I'm not going to do any more on the other one. I'm going to wrap it up here, and I'm going to give you explain to you exactly what's going to happen here. Gary Russen program's not going away. All I'm going to do is reformat it, and it's only going to be on maybe every other week. So the best of the Gary Russen program will be on every 2 weeks or so in that hour format. So I'll talk about that and a whole lot more coming up as we continue the Gary Russen program on GJRB Online and on Spreaker. So I'm going to do that right now, but right now it's time for weather on the 5s. Let's take a look at some temperatures across the country in various cities right now. Billings, Montana, you guys are 69 degrees. It's 62 degrees in Seattle, Tacoma, Washington. Murfreesboro, and that's Murfreesboro. I believe that is Murfreesboro. Let's see till I go to that point. And there's two Murfreesboros. There's a Murfreesboro, PA, too. Let's see. Yeah, that's at Murfreesboro, Illinois. Guys are at 63 degrees right now. And you have clear skies. Towns around there are like Nashville, Phoenix, Carbondale, Harrisburg. There's a Harrisburg there. That's, Pennsylvania, we have a Harrisburg. Jonesboro. You guys are at 63 degrees right now. Winds are north-northeast at 8 miles per hour. Relative humidity 50%. Dew point 43. Pressure at 30.36 inches and dropping. Tonight, you're expecting low of 39 degrees with clear skies. Saturday, 65 degrees. Saturday night, low 40. Got some partly sunny skies predicted for you guys in that area. Let's go to Branson, Missouri. And you guys are right now sitting at 71 degrees. You know, I've noticed that the past couple of days, and I was saying this the other day too, that we've been getting the same weather as California. The same weather. The predictions are astounding. It was going to be 65 degrees or 64 the other day, and the same temperature was predicted for San Francisco, California. Wow. It's like our weather is like California's now. We'll talk about that coming up. That's crazy, man. We're just like not getting any. This is beautiful. We've been getting a really fabulous season. And I'll give you more of those temperatures, and we're going to wrap up this show here in a little bit. So we're going to kind of do that, and going to be right back. I got more of the Gary Russen program as we wrap up this show. The Gary Russen program. One more part, and then we're going to conclude our show for today here on GJRB Online. Be right back. Don't go away.